Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video. And in today's video, I'm going to be predicting the Paul versus Silva fight. If you are new around here though and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need like the video, and let's get straight into it. So going into this fight, Paul is 5-0 with 4 KOs, and Silva is 3-1 with 2 KOs in boxing, and is 34-11 with 22 KOs and 4 submissions in MMA. This is in the light heavyweight division. Paul is 25 and Silva is 47, so obviously a big age gap. Paul's last fight was a win via KO in round 6 versus Woodley, an amazing KO after a not amazing performance up to that KO, but it was an amazing KO. Silva's last fight was an exhibition versus Machado in which he seemingly dominated, but obviously he didn't get the stoppage, and most exhibitions, especially as it was on a Mayweather card, that means they're not going to get a winner if it gets to the end, so it was a no contest in the end. This is Paul's toughest test yet, most probably, as the other two ex-UFC fighters he's fought haven't had professional boxing experience before, unlike Silva, and they'd never been to the level in which Silva was at in their actual UFC career. They're both very good fighters in UFC, Askren and Woodley, but neither of them at the same level what Silva was at. Paul is known especially for his power shots, which of course have gotten out most of his opponents. Gibb, trying to remember the other guy's name, the basketballer, I can't remember his name, Askren, Woodley, they all got knocked out, as that seemingly is his best attribute is power. Silva is one of the best UFC fighters ever. Like I said, that's kind of one of the main things that's selling this fight is the fact of how good he was as a UFC fighter and how many fans he had as a UFC fighter. Silva is known for his fast movement, as shown in his UFC times, but even at the age of 47, he's still got that movement, and he is still a very tough person to hit, and anybody that faces him will have to line up their shots well to be able to hit him cleanly. Paul is the favourite for this fight, and I think that Paul will win via TKO in round 3. I think if he gets past I don't know how many rounds this is, I think it might be 10 or 12. If he gets past the first 5 rounds, it could be more in Silva's favour, but if he can get him out in the first 5 rounds, Paul's going to look dangerous, and if it goes past that, then it could be looking more in Silva's favour, as I think Silva's used to going them longer rounds, even though he is an older fighter. I think he's used to going into longer rounds, and don't think Paul's too used to doing that yet, as he hasn't really had to do that properly. I mean, he had to do it against Woodley, but he didn't look amazing in that fight. But so yeah, I think if he can get him out in the first 5, then that's when he's going to look his most dangerous, and I think he will in round 3. I think he'll get a TKO. I don't think it'll be as clean of a KO as he got against Woodley. I think it'll be more of a knockdown where Silva just doesn't want to come back up again. But yeah, moving on from that fight, I think he'll possibly fight Nate Diaz or Tommy Fury. I think they're the main kind of 2 options for him, unless he wants to go for Hasim Rahman again, but I don't think he will. And I don't think that KSI fight's not happening until end of next year, so I think he probably will have a fight in between then. And so Diaz will be a good fight. I mean, we just seen Diaz leave in his last fight and have an amazing performance against Tony Ferguson in the UFC, so that would be a very good fight. And he is a good, very well-known name, so he'll definitely be able to sell well, and he's a very good striker, so that could be a tough test. Or of course Tommy Fury will be a tough test as well, but that would have to get all the things sorted out again, and I don't know if that will happen. But if it does happen, I would definitely be up for seeing him against a professional. Because I mean Silva's technically a professional boxer, but I mean a person that's only does boxing as a profession. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you did like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.